This is the land where light is crushed, a land where heroes fall. When the mists come for you, will you stray from your path? Will you kindle the embers of hope, or be lost to the darkness? As you stare into the void stares back and reaches out to clutch you. Your nightmares come to life and stalk your every step. Morality is as gray as the mists that always seem to surround you. Will your better sides prevail? Will you seek to aid the people of Barovia? Or will you succumb to the shadow that rules this land? After all, no one leaves Ravenloft entirely intact. Hello everyone, and welcome to Character Player, where story is the real DM. We're artists by day, we're nerds by night. Tonight we're diving back into Ravenloft. First we have...
Whoa. Thanks for that enthusiastic introduction, Justin. Hey everybody, thank you for joining us tonight. A few quick announcements before we go ahead and get started with our 34th episode of Ravenloft. 34 episodes. So first and foremost, we will not have Ria Gaudioso or Ronnie Page with us tonight. Both of those ladies will be back with us again soon, but they will not be here with us tonight. We look forward to when they rejoin us. They will be Jaegered by Mr. Justin Powell for the night. If you guys are enjoying our shows, you can catch us every Monday at 7:15 Pacific time on YouTube and Twitch. You can catch Ravenloft, and then on alternating Mondays, you can catch our other companion show, Zombie U, which is our short season campaign. You guys can check that out. We are coming up to, well, actually at this point, who knows? It might be over by this time. You'll have to find out. Go watch it. If you guys are watching along but are finding it a little bit more difficult to actually watch the show, but don't worry, we are actually also in podcast form. You can find all of our episodes of Ravenloft and all of our episodes of Zombie U on Spotify in podcast form. So you can either catch up or keep pace, whichever place you are at. So episodes of the podcast drop the morning after the show airs on Monday night. So Tuesday morning, the podcast will be available to listen to. So it'll be right there, up to date, if you missed it that night. Also, if you guys enjoy some of the other content you're doing, you're enjoying the shows, please follow us on our social medias, our TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at Character Player, and Twitter at Character Play. We post all kinds of fun tips, tricks, skits, funny little videos, all with a D&D and RPG theme. So please check that out. We do that all for you guys' entertainment and for our own entertainment as well. So please follow us there. And we want to give a special thanks to all the other amazing creators that help make our show even better, lend their talents to our show to make it even that much better. So thank you so much to our sound and music people. We got Syrinscape, SwordCoastSoundscapes, Michael Galfi, and David Kaiser Music. Thank you so much for lending your talents to us. We really appreciate it. You are talented sound mixers, sound editors, sound engineers, and musicians. Thank you so much. And to a few of our graphics and artists, thank you so much to our very own Justin Powell and Mark Kopitzke for all the overlays and art that you guys have made for our channel. Thank you so much. And thank you to Hero Forge for allowing us to use your character miniature builder to help create some character art for our games as well. You guys can check out all links to all of these different creators in the description of our videos. So if you're interested in finding them, you can find them here. Speaking of someone who helps us out a lot, we have a brand new person supporting the show, or should I say entity supporting the show, and that is Fiverr. Today's episode is brought to you by Fiverr, the premier online marketplace for freelance services. Whatever the job, Fiverr has thousands of sellers ready to meet your unique needs. And the amazing thing is that all the awesome things I could say are just as numerous as the number of sellers that Fiverr has. And to illustrate that, I'm going to do my plug completely improvised using random objects that I found in my room while I was decluttering, and I put into this big bag. So I'm gonna reach in here and pull out a prop, and Carrot Top style, I'm gonna improvise this plug. So seriously, there's a lot of stuff in here. I didn't plan any of this. So here we go. Guys, let me tell you a little bit about Fiverr, okay? They will not hang you out to dry. They have tons of different sellers in all kinds of different categories. You can find that on their website. And not only that, they have a star rating system, so you can see what people are saying about these sellers, whether or not they're delivering on time and delivering quality products. So you will never get stuck with a seller that's not going to give you what you want. I mean, other freelance sites pale in comparison to the services that Fiverr offers. That's, you know, it's going to give you the protection that you need with that rating system. You're always going to be certain that you're going to get exactly what you want. I'm not forking with you guys. I'm not. I'm telling you the God's honest truth here. This is exactly those kind of things that Fiverr can give you. Let's see here. You'll have complete control over who you pick to shit. You will have
pick to shit?
No. You will have full control over who you choose to complete your job with a vast array of different sellers who all offer similar services. You'll be able to search and find somebody that is going to do exactly what you want in exactly the way that you need it. They even display different samples and things like that, so you can ensure that they are going to give you the type of product that you want. And last but not least, I just want to say that Fiverr is the shit.
But I got one more for you.
Okay. No.
Cat's got a tongue.
So let me tell you, God damn it, I wasn't prepared.
I think Mark already nailed it. Cat got your tongue.
Cat got my tongue. Shit. Damn it. Guys, cards on the
baby.
Cards on the table. Fiverr's paying us to say that, so. But they're still a great service. So go ahead and hop over to Fiverr. Use our bit.ly link. And you guys can check out Fiverr for yourself. You can find whatever service it is that you are looking for, from web design to songwriting to music producing and editing. They even have like Fiverr Learn, where you can actually take classes from Fiverr. So there's tons of different services and different ways that Fiverr can help you reach your goals. So please check out Fiverr. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ricky.
Thanks.
And now I think we are ready to dive back into the mists of Ravenloft. So, do you have a machete in our house?
Nope.
Last we left off, our adventurers had spent the evening at the Abbey of St. Markovia. In the morning, Havok heard someone coming in and met a Vistani by the name of Ezmerelda D'Avenir. Ezmerelda said that she was looking for the group, looking for people who were enemies of Strahd, and she wanted to travel with the group for a bit to see if perhaps they'd be able to work together in this endeavor. After a brief conversation, the group agreed to take Ezmerelda on, as they realized that today was the day that they were meant to have a dinner with Strahd von Zarovich. They made some final preparations in Kresk and at the Abbey and made their way out of the village. On the road, they had a brief encounter with a woman in a wedding dress who had a dagger sticking out of her back. When the party pointed this out to her, she turned into a corpse in the road. Then the party came upon a revenant wearing armor that represented the Order of the Silver Dragon. This revenant told the party to head to Argynvostolt and meet with Vladimir Horngard, who is Strahd's greatest enemy. Eventually, the party did make their way back to Vallaki. They were able to reconsecrate the bones in the Church of St. Andros, which was now being run by Milivosh. They decided to spend some time in town before heading off to dinner, with each party member doing some different things. Aerith, Havok, and Stiki decided to head over to the orphanage where Freak adopted Stiki and Havok as parents. And they also learned about the death of the dog they had found in the woods, Barb. Ezra went off to the lake and did some hunting. And Newton and Ezmerelda sampled some local baked goods. But eventually the party made their way to Valaki's eastern gates and found a black carriage waiting for them in the woods in the center of the road. After a brief discussion, the party got inside and began to rise up in the air. They made their way towards Castle Ravenloft. And as you are making your way there, Havok, you feel something like you're sitting on an odd lump that you didn't notice before.
Oh, like, excuse me. I'll like stand up and like turn my butt to like out to the group as I like turn around and like try and like lift a cushion or whatever.
You find right underneath you a parcel, a bit of parchment that's wrapped with a note on it.
Oh, okay. I'll open it and I'll read it.
You open the parcel,
Yeah.
and you see multiple black velvet-lined traveler's cloaks with silver trim, accompanied by pairs of gloves of a similar make. The note reads, "A gift for your arrival, SVZ."
SVZ. Oh. They got it. Does he want us to change in the car?
They're
In the
just
cart?
cloaks.
Oh, okay. Like throw it over.
Yeah.
Oh. I didn't even realize there's a dress code to this meeting. Guys, we got cloaks. And I'll like hand them out.
Ooh, and puts his on.
You see they are made of a very nice silk, very good quality.
Are these magic?
Mm-hmm. Do you want me to like take a second?
I mean, maybe we should. Maybe they do things.
Okay. I'll start virtually casting detect magic. It'll take 10 minutes.
Okay.
And if I haven't already, I'd like to attune to my ring.
Sure.
Oh, okay.
In the time it takes you to get to Castle Ravenloft, you're able to do that.
Okay.
And you're casting Detect Magic, Havok?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. After a bit, your spell is released, and you don't detect any magic from the clothes. Some from the cart you're in, but you guessed that.
Mm-hmm. No, these are just regular cloaks, bro.
Oh, so they're just nice. All right.
Yeah.
Well, they're quite fashionable, so Ezra puts his on.
Is there one for Ezmerelda?
There is.
Wow, he's good.
I don't know how you feel about this, but I'll take it for now.
Okay, Ezmerelda.
As you put your cloak on, Aerith, you think back on the dream you had last night. And it's almost like you're there. Toodly, toodly, toodly. Aerith, as you tried to fall asleep, your mind is racing with what the abbot talked about. The ability to bring one back from death, no matter how long they've been gone. You eventually close your eyes and drift off. In what feels like no time, you wake to see you are alone in the room. You look for your allies, but they're nowhere to be found. You open the door to find them, and you step outside to see that you're in a graveyard. Dark gray clouds are overhead, and a thin layer of fog curls, dances between the tombstones, obelisks, and crypts. You begin to walk around, and you don't recognize any of these names until you come upon a pair, side by side. You recognize these two.
I stand and I still look around, just do a double take to see if anyone's around.
You turn, and you see a young nobleman standing a short distance away. Short brown hair and dark brown eyes. She's wearing a royal red cloak inlaid with this black pattern. He looks over to you. How often does it hurt? This loss. How often do you feel it?
Never goes away.
Seems to me like they aren't gone forever. When the time comes, Gaad, you will have a choice. One life, or... He points to the tombstones. And as you look back, you see they're no longer there. You see two figures standing in their place, breathing in the fog.
Do they look well, like they did in life, or
A bit older, but otherwise fine. They look at you lovingly. As the man says, "My son," and reaches a hand towards you.
and my hand sort of starts to go up and stop and Are you at rest? Can you sleep peacefully?
Save us.
I'm trying.
us.
I'm trying.
Save
I will.
us.
I will.
Save us.
And I
then
rush
you-
towards them.
Seconds before you reach them, you wake up. And back to the present, you're thinking of that dream as you look out the window. You see briefly the sky lit up with a bolt of lightning, the whole valley of Barovia suddenly enlightened. And you all hear the rumble of thunder overhead. As you start to feel the descent of the carriage. You see, as you start to descend past these large 90-foot walls all around the castle, you're heading down into the courtyard. There's thick fog that's swirling around. As you finally land, the doors open, and looking out, you see the main doors of the castle open with torch flames fluttering on each side. Warm light spills out of the entrance, flooding the courtyard and framing a lone figure standing at the entryway. High above the entrance, you see a round window. Listen, before we go, I, Ezra, don't feel like doing a lot of the talking here. So someone else wants to take the
no.
lead.
Okay, I'll do it. No one objects? Oh God, we're in trouble.
We'll see how it goes when
No, I
we
got
get
it.
there. Are you okay? Are you sure about that?
What if we do it as a team? You know?
Yes, one word at a time.
I was gonna say, are we gonna one word this? Are we gonna all speak
No.
in unison?
I
No,
nominate.
that never works.
That never
That
works.
never
That
works.
never works.
I nominate Newton.
Newton. Yeah, that's what I was saying.
But
What?
is he gonna be Newton though?
Newton, no.
So, wait, you want what exactly are we having me do here?
You're gonna speak for all of us. Everything
Yeah.
you say represents the collective agreement of the group.
Eris the Bard.
I'll take the lead. It's fine. It's fine. Got
Maybe
it.
like good cop, bad cop situation, maybe.
Um.
Then what am
Yeah.
I?
If it seems appropriate at the moment, yeah, go for it.
You lead bad cop, and then I'll swoop in as good cop, and it'll be a nice buddy comedy.
All right, but are you going as Loretta, or are you going in as someone new, or
No,
for yourself?
we talked about this yesterday, Aerith. I'm trying to learn to be myself a little bit.
Oh, yes, that's right. Sorry. All right. Well, but feel free to jump in, anyone, if you have something to say. We don't
I'll
even
be
really
the
know.
muscle, and Stiki flexes behind both of them.
All right.
And I'll be the brains. I flex my brain.
Ezra, are there any jokes I shouldn't refrain from?
Probably all of them, if we're being honest. But what I would also say is we would promise safe passage. So maybe don't pull out the sword yet.
So specifically, what vampire jokes should I steer clear from? Can I make a joke about the wine, or you got burns? That's weird.
Ezra starts to get out and turn to you, says, I think if you feel like a joke is coming on, what you should do is read the room and then shut your fucking mouth. And Ezra begins walking forward.
Wow. All right. Okay, no. So
Maybe you should be the brains instead of me.
Yeah, Ezra, maybe you should do all the talking after all.
Yeah, Ezra.
Ezra's already out of the church. Ezmerelda follows. You get the sense Ezmerelda is also going to be tight-lipped this evening.
Okay, I'll get out.
Okay.
I'd follow, yeah.
You all begin approaching the castle, which rises 50, 70, 100 feet in the air, some of the spires. And you see now the figure standing in the doorway is an elf with a dark skin tone and long black hair. He starts to walk towards you, quiet as a cat, wearing a gray cloak over black studded leather armor, and has a polished scimitar hanging from his belt. You recognize this as Rahadin.
Greetings. We have an invitation to dine with Lord Strahd this evening.
I am aware. You will follow me now. And Rahadin turns and begins to walk inside.
Very well.
You all start to follow in. As you head inside this entryway, you see large columns that support the vaulted ceiling of a great hall, dimly lit by torches and iron sconces. The torches cast odd shadows across the faces of 8 stone gargoyles squatting motionlessly on the rim of the domed ceiling. Double doors of bronze stand closest to the east. To the north, you see a wide staircase that climbs into darkness. A lit hallway to the south contains another set of bronze doors. As you all enter in, the main entry doors shut with a thud behind you.
Yep, right on cue.
I trust your journey was pleasant.
We're here.
Mm-hmm. Yep, we would. Mm-hmm.
The storm was a little unsettling.
He walks forward with his hands behind his back. I regret to inform you that Lord von Zarovich is currently occupied, but will be with you all very shortly. So these are Rahadin. They are here to have a bite. And you turn to your side. You see an elven male with curly blonde hair that falls down to his shoulders. He's wearing a white shirt that is unbuttoned around the middle of his chest and a royal purple cloak tied together by 2 gold chains in the front. A gold and ruby pendant dangles from his neck. He smiles towards you, Aerith. You can just make out 2 sets of vampiric fangs. You also notice on the other side of the party, a frail woman with dark brown hair that falls loosely to her shoulders. When you glance in her direction, her brown eyes drop to the floor. She's wearing a black dress inlaid with gold trim. Very funny, Asher. Oh, don't be so bloody boring, eh? Some of you, perhaps, no? Do you get it?
I do get it. I do.
You are very handsome, no? Have you ever considered being a male model, perhaps?
Oh, you know. Yeah, people have said some things here and there, but you look like you're a fashionable man yourself.
Indeed, I am. You are far too handsome to be single. Or am I wrong?
Oh, single as the day is long, sir.
Is it a yes? You are single?
I'm quite single.
Yes, very good. Who else in this party? Dating life in Barovia? What about you? He looks over to you, Aerith.
I guess I'm single, but I don't know if I'm looking. Is this like a speed dating thing? Is that what's about to happen? Is Lord Strahd, part of the deal as well?
I don't believe he is, but perhaps I might be.
Oh.
Played by ear. And you are strong. Yes. What is your name? Look over to you, Stiki.
Stiki?
Stiki. Oh, I like what that implies. What about you? Do you have anyone you're spoken for?
Stiki begins panicking. We haven't really talked about it.
Asher kind of hugs you. Oh, so adorable is this one. I love it.
Yeah. Stiki puts his arm around Ezra. Yeah, we're an item.
Oh, you two. Oh, for pity, Ezra, you didn't mention this last time. Perhaps there's been developments.
He's beautiful.
Ezra glances at you. Are we going to be having dinner soon? Rahadin turns at this and looks at all of you in turn. I see some of you forgot that you were dining with the Lord. Your attire and appearance will not do. Please follow Sasha and Asher upstairs, where they will clean you and dress you for the occasion.
They're going to clean us?
That is what I said.
I don't know if
No, it'll be fun. Very fun indeed.
Are we on the menu?
They all look around at one another, confused.
Very well.
Lord Strahd von Zarovich promised no harm would come to you this evening unless you provoke it.
It was a jest, a joke.
I found it very amusing.
I bet you really loosen up after a couple drinks.
I do. That's when I start to get crazy.
Looking forward to it.
Well, Sasha, would you like to lead the way to friends? She kind of gestures. Sorry, I got a cat creeping in on me here. All right, buddy, come on.
See, guys, I told you I shouldn't wear the armor. You guys said no, wear the armor. I said I don't think it's a good idea.
But I want to be protected.
Well, yeah, wear the armor.
They just said I can't.
No, they just got to clean it up a little bit. I mean, it does a little
This
bloody.
armor is pristine. It's very nice.
Rahadin is walking with you all too. He says, "No, armor is not suitable attire for a dinner.
See,
There are clothes that have been chosen for each of you."
Very well.
You guys are led up a staircase. You see The large flagstones of the spiraling staircase lead up and down around a 20-foot wide stone core. Eventually, you get to a top floor, a long hallway that Sasha begins to lead you down and opens a door as you all head inside. Upon entering the room, you see beams above you upon which 3 ornate lanterns hang by chains, each casting a dim glow. The curved west wall is fitted with 3 windows of leaded glass and steel latticework. A bookcase sits on the east wall between 2 doors. Plush, overstuffed chairs and couches are placed about the room. You see that some of the fabric has faded with age, and some of the patterns it depicts are nearly gone. You also see standing in the room a woman with dark skin tone and jet black hair that's pulled back by a tiara, with just 2 strands of her hair resting down her shoulders toward her low-cut black dress with gold inlay. Similar to Sasha's, but far more bold. And you recognize her as the woman you all saw at the Feast of St. Andros. The one who killed Father Lucian. Welcome to Castle Ravenloft. I am Ludmila Velisevich, and I will be helping you to get ready for the dinner this evening. I understand that the first time we met was not ideal. I acted without my master's approval, and I have paid for it. I apologize for the damage that I left in my wake and the efforts you had to go to in order to make up for it.
Does she seem sincere?
Make an insight check.
Be a 15.
She seems like there's just some sincerity there, but it appears to be coming from a place of threat. Like she was told to apologize.
Yeah.
You see Escher kind of lean over to you. That was a pretty good performance, no? Escher, if you please. Yes, Ludmila. He walks over to a couch and sits down. Well, one at a time then. Who would like to be prepared first?
Just show me the clothes so I can prepare myself. I'm familiar with getting ready for a dinner of this caliber.
Do you know the spell Prestidigitation?
No.
Then I'm afraid you'll have to come with me. If you'd like a friend in there with you, that is perfectly fine.
Can't we just take a bath?
I'm afraid there are none drawn.
Prestidigitation.
You know, I can cast that spell, so perhaps I can just do that for our party, if you don't mind. The Gnoll looks over to Ezra. If that would speed up this process, then yes. I guess. She gestures to a doorway on her side. Right, who wants to go first?
I will.
One by one, you guys head into this guest room. Ezra begins to prestidigitate, occasionally asking you to remove a clothing item, but nothing scandalous or anything of the sort. And after you're done, you back out, and Escher comes to you holding some clothes. You see there's an upper hose, a nether hose, a linen shirt, a doublet, a jerkin, and a samar, which is a robe. It all looks to be made of very high quality material.
I take it, I don't say anything to him, and walk away to a room to change.
You all follow this proceeding?
Yeah.
Yes.
While I'm waiting my turn, though, I'm just staring daggers at Ludmila. Just like, in one of the big cushy chairs, just like leaning forward with that like very like feral dog predatory just rage behind my eyes.
Ludmila, after Newton comes out, says, "It appears my presence is not needed here. I will see you all later." She walks out.
Seemed like a test. Seemed like a test.
Just you killed her first?
No.
Let's say that.
So, who would like their hair brushed? And Asher pulls out a brush. Some of you need it, Newton. You're beautiful, but little messy. May I?
Sure, Escher. Escher is into a new era.
Yes, very good. Oh, so what brings you to Barovia, eh?
Oh, just that fog. That fog gets us.
Same story, my friend. Same story.
Yep.
You were brought here against your will as well?
Yes, I was. It was unfortunate, but what can you do?
Were you a vampire before you were brought here or after?
After. Who else would like the hairbrush? Havok, yes?
Ezra, I'm ready for my turn.
Okay. Havok, when you come out, you are presented with a royal purple gown.
Gown?
And you see...
Oh, God.
And you see there's also a silver circlet with a purple gemstone in the center.
Is this a metal belt? I don't think it's going to fit around my waist.
Sasha looks up at you. Oh, it goes around on your head?
Right.
Like a crown.
Right. I knew that. And I'll, like, put it on my head.
Okay. Roll a D100 for me, Havok.
$42.
Havok, as this settles on your head, you feel this almost flush of strength, power. This feels right.
We'll kind of sit in the chair and straighten up a little bit.
Asher comes over to you. You look so radiant. Little brush? Your Majesty.
If that's what gets you off, man, whatever.
Begins brushing your hair.
I have a lot more than he does.
It's so luxurious.
Oh, wow, that's the first time I heard that.
No one's ever says that to you.
No.
Oh, you poor thing. I didn't ask, are you with anyone, huh?
Maybe.
Oh, maybe. How do you feel about adding another to this, maybe?
Not good about it.
Is it my fangs?
I mean, that doesn't help. I'm kind of a one-guy kind of gal.
Well, perhaps I can change you.
I would rather you didn't.
All right. Stiki, eventually you get let in. And you're also given a similar wardrobe to Aerith, although different colors. Is it? You don't have much hair. Oh no, I guess you do. Would
I
you like
do.
me
I don't take it out of the bun.
Would you like to? Just for the evening? Try something new?
I've been caking it in sweat for some time. I kind of want to leave it like that.
Ezra, you're supposed to clean that. I tried. Fair enough. Ezmerelda and Ezra eventually get let out as well. Both decline having their hair brushed through by Escher. And with that, he sits down, kind of lounges out. Well, tell me about all of you. Of course, there's a little bit about some of you from Ezra here, but it's nice to put a face to the names.
Well, we're Sheen.
What do you mean?
It's kind of like our like group name. It's just easier than like listing us all out one by one, or like, you know, being like, hey, the group.
An adventuring party name? Yes, I had one of those as well.
You had an adventuring party?
Yes. I did.
And where are they?
They are in the crypts.
That's foreboding. I don't like that.
How, if you don't mind me asking, did you become a vampire?
That is a story for another night, I'm afraid. With that, you hear a knocking on the door, and Rahadin opens. Lord von Zarovich is ready.
I want to say that I still have my rings on, and I want to put my short sword at my side.
Okay. You go to put your short sword there, and you see Escher kind of. I don't believe weapons are very gauche. No, I think they are kind of gauche, but no.
Very well.
Your
I expect no one to touch any of this.
It will be returned to you at the end of the evening.
Very
You
well.
promise?
I do.
Okay.
Follow me.
Do any of you know a Tilly Rock? Looks like me.
No. Did you rock?
Yeah?
No. Sorry. I'm afraid I've never heard that name either. Perhaps Lord von Zarovich may know. Follow me. You all get led back down the stairs, back into that entry hallway, but this time led to the east, with a set of bronze doors. As you enter inside, you see 3 enormous crystal chandeliers that brilliantly illuminate this magnificent chamber. Pillars of stone stand against dull white marble walls supporting the ceiling. In the center of the room, a long, heavy table is covered with a fine white satin cloth. Places are set for each of you with fine, delicate china and silver. At each place is a crystal goblet filled with an amber liquid with a delicate, tantalizing fragrance. At the center of the far west wall, between floor-to-ceiling mirrors, stands a massive organ. However, you're drawn to the figure seated at the head of this table that rises as you enter. Strahd von Zarovich nods to you all as the doors behind you close. Well, Stiki rock. Gaad, Havok, Ezra, Bess, Newton, Fright, and Ezmerelda D'Avenir. You know me? I've heard. Very good to see you all. And he approaches the group. Welcome to Castle Ravenloft. Tell me, how was your trip here? Was it bumpy?
Swift.
I sense tension. But remember, I promised you safe passage into my castle, and I mean to keep it.
But what about now that we're here? You still promise safety?
I do. Unless one of you decides to attack myself or someone else in the castle, then you will leave here at the end of our evening.
I think, as each of us are independent people that have things to do, we don't like being ordered anywhere. So that's
This was
perhaps
an
the
invite.
tension.
Stiki, am I sitting next to Aerith?
Right now, everyone's standing. He came to
Oh.
approach you.
Stiki elbows Aerith and says, "You're supposed to be the good cop."
I'll try harder.
I apologize if there was some miscommunication. This was merely an invite. One that I'm quite glad you all accepted. I trust Sasha and Escher kept you good company.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, everybody got hit on.
Escher, I presume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will have a conversation with him later. And apologize if he made you uncomfortable. At this point, the doors open, and Sasha and Escher enter, bearing... Well, actually, they're just walking in, and next to them, you see these trays of wine that are floating alongside. As they approach, they take a glass and hand you each a glass of wine.
There's a joke here.
What is it? I do love a good joke.
Oh, just blood.
Usually jokes have a little more to them than just a word. But I haven't heard one in a while, so perhaps things have changed.
The red wine looks like blood, and you're a vampire, so it's funny.
I do hear that jokes are funny when you have to explain them.
I don't know why, but my comedy in this godforsaken place has died.
Please. We have a long night. Perhaps drinking some wine will reawaken that comedy.
Newton just chugs it. He chugs the he just pounds it.
Let me ask you all, what do you think of Castle Ravenloft thus far? I know you've only seen a small portion, but what do you think?
It's big.
And full of vampires.
A lot of vampires.
It's quite incredible.
Thank you very much. Please, sit.
I'll do a quick sniff of the wine and just
Okay.
see if I can pick up maybe if anything might be in there that shouldn't be.
Okay. That can be investigation, or I'll give you a medicine or nature, I'd say. You could
Oh,
also
medicine
make
for sure. Let's do a
Okay.
medicine. That's my forte.
Will Forte.
Hell yeah. First roll, that is a 24.
Okay. Smelling it, it definitely just smells like wine.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll definitely drink it.
Okay. You taste blood.
No, I just needed to be sure, okay? do my due
That's fair.
diligence.
That is totally fair.
Place
But
is
you will.
quite. Oh,
Sorry, go ahead.
I was like, yes, the place is quite incredible, but the grandeur is sort of spoiled by the fact that its owner doesn't seem to take care of the people for which he's responsible. There's
Oh, do you?
poverty, and they live in fear of you. Why is it that you Why is it that you abandon them so?
It's tough to save people who view you as a monster, no? I understand your queries. When I try to provide aid to the people of Barovia or Valaki or even Krezk, they view me as a monster. They turn away my gifts. Something I see none of you did. I love your clothes.
Yeah, cool it, Jackie Chan. It's way, way nice of you to have us here. Thank you for the digs. And
Tell me, what is the Jackie Chan reference? I did not
I don't know either.
It's an inside joke. This really horrible, mean god named Jackie Chan.
Where is he located? Perhaps I can persuade him to be a bit kinder to all of you.
He is in Hollywood.
It sounds terrifying.
I'm quite familiar with the Valley of Barovia. I've never heard of a wood by the name of Holly.
Yes, it's a filthy wood.
Perhaps this is where you're from, no?
No. I just read about it in books. The Interdimensional Almanac. But I mean, I'm in this situation. I'm the Chris Tucker. That's what I'm trying to get at.
You're just chock full of references, aren't you?
Oh, well, I'm just saying. All I'm trying to say is you've treated us quite kindly since we've arrived, and I really, really like my cloak. And just wanted to ask you a few questions about, how long have you lived here, and what's for dinner, and.
As you ask what's for dinner, the doors open again, and Escher and Sasha again walk in, accompanied by these floating trays of food. And he turns to you and says, "You must be quite a prophet there, Newton." As they walk in, you see that the food is roasted pork basted in a savory sauce. You see some roots and herbs, as well as some sweet fruits and vegetables. They also bring some more wine for the table as well. And you watch as Strahd looks to all of you and says, "Please, grab a plate, whatever food you would like. There's plenty."
Well, we know you're not Jewish.
I grab a plate, and
Guys, this is your DM saying, I need like 15 minutes.
We all do. I'll sit down. I'll take a large piece of meat and like a little bit of vegetables, just because apparently you're supposed to have a balanced meal. But like a big chunk of meat and just a couple of vegetables.
This is a fantasy game. You play however you want to play.
No, Havok would try and follow some kind of social construct here of appropriate portions.
You watch as Strahd also takes a glass of wine once again, as well as some pork and root vegetables. So, I feel like it's been so long since we all had a chance to conversate. Tell me more about you all. Newton, tell me about...
Need to talk more, yes.
Tell me, Newton Fright, what is your passion? What drives Newton?
I don't have a whole lot of passions per se. There's things that amuse me. I've actually been really getting into. I'm a bit of an entrepreneur, honestly.
I've heard some rumors of such.
Yeah, it's I'm more of an idea man, really. If I have great people to help me execute things, it tends to turn out really well. I just churn out the ideas, and Aerith takes care of the money.
I don't think you give yourself enough credit. I'm sure you could run a successful business, perhaps in Barovia or Valaki.
I mean, I'm sure I could. We actually ran into these witches a while back. Had one up and running, pretty nice. They
Really?
ran around.
Do you mean the hags at the old bolt grinder?
Yeah, they were cutting a lot of corners with the health code violations and FDA kind of stuff. So eating children.
Yes, I learned of this after your bumping with them, and I sent them a pretty sturdy message. I trust they received it.
Oh, well, they left their mark on this group, that's for sure.
Did they?
Yes, they did.
More of a curse, really.
Well, the best way to remove a curse is to remove the one who put it on you.
True. Good wise words.
Just a thought. Now, Stiki, tell me, what was it like before you got to Barovia? Were you always such a strong fighter? I mean, I look at you and your muscles are nearly popping out of the doublet.
No. But I made some friends, and then they helped me believe in myself, and now I got bigger, and I got stronger.
Well, it was wonderful.
Have you heard anything about Tilly Rock since the last time we spoke?
I've been looking into it. I've crossed off different regions of Barovia, believing or not to be present there. But my gaze only extends so far. As of right now, my guess would be she's to the south of Valaki.
That's where we were headed next if we get out of here.
When you get out of here.
Alive. What? When?
Unless, of course, you all plan to rise up with a weapon towards me. But that would be very foolish.
How could we?
Very foolish indeed.
We weren't allowed to bring any to the table.
Well,
Until you admit it. That's why we're here, is that you're keeping us here?
no, I said no such thing.
Well then, how is it that if we were to attack you and kill you, that we'd be able to leave?
If you attacked, I'm afraid I don't quite understand your question.
Didn't you just say that we could leave if we killed you?
No, what I was saying is that you will all be free to leave at the end of the evening, unless, of course, you try to rise up and kill me, in which case, unfortunately, I will have to respond accordingly.
Is that what he meant?
Make an insight check.
Like an eye for an eye.
Into your DM.
Oh, that's 8.
He seems like that's what he meant.
Yeah, that's. I think.
Very well.
I think dinner and home sound delightful.
Of course. Again, this is more of an opportunity for me to meet you all, to hopefully show you that I'm not your enemy. I don't seek to fight with you.
Yeah, what enough about us. What's your passion and what's your kind of goal? Are we trying to make friends here, or what are you trying? Do you need something from us?
At the moment, all I need is a pleasant evening. You don't understand how frustrating it can be to be alive as long as I have. You tend to talk with the same people over and over again, and the conversations grow rather repetitive. So it's refreshing to have outsiders in these lands.
Men of the moment.
No, Aerith, I understand you don't seem to be too fond of me, but let me ask you. You're a bit of a magic user, no?
Me?
Aerith.
No. Jackie?
I have certain gifts that have been given to me.
This is wonderful. I'm always fascinated by the story of the arcane. Where did you encounter this magic? How did you grow it?
Oh, I'm an artist, and the muses speak to me. And some people, it comes out in songs. Me, it comes out in songs and in magic.
This is wonderful. Perhaps later this evening you might play us all a tune. Should you be so inclined.
We shall see.
Havok, you are a believer in a faith, yes?
A faith. I mean, it's. I guess. Yeah. Weird way to explain it. I don't know.
Do you know of the deity that you worship? I suppose the better question I want to get to is, what do you think the purpose of faith is? Why do people have religions, these beliefs in a higher deity that is apparently supposed to help them? When, quite frankly, a lot of evidence speaks to the contrary. If anything, it seems that higher powers perhaps want to play with us.
I guess, I don't really, I mean, on a higher level, I don't know. I just know for me personally, before I was found by whoever, I was definitely lost and directionless, and I wouldn't be here with these people if it wasn't for that person. So I think there's something to that, and I wouldn't have been able to help people I've helped without them. So maybe there's something there.
Some value on what you take, right? Your interpretation.
Mm-hmm. I guess so.
That's valuable. Newton, back to you. Tell me about Valaki. From what I understand, you caused quite a stir in the Reformation Center, no?
I suppose you could call it a stir.
Where do you get your magic from, Newton? You're not a wizard.
No, not a wizard. This is a subject I try to tarry from. But you are a really powerful being, and I am a guest in your house, so
I'm merely interested, but if you'd rather not discuss it, you don't need to.
Let's just say I've got a bit of a monkey on my back.
He looks down at his drink for a moment. I think I understand that sentiment.
Long story short, my witch aunts bound my soul to a demon at birth, and under the right circumstances, he shows his funny face.
It must be very tough to lose control like that. Brings up a good question, though. Do we even have free will? Or is everything simply laid out in front of us? What do you think, Stiki?
I think that we have free will because we chose to come here, and now we're here.
Very good.
Mm-hmm.
It is a comforting thought to believe that our choices are our own. For if we believe the opposite, If we believe that everything is laid out on a path, then how could we hold anyone accountable?
Well,
Oh.
okay. Speaking of accountability, did you do anything about the vampires that slaughtered the people in the town a few days back?
They have all been taken care of, locked away in their crypts.
What about the lady with the long black hair?
Ludmila has been disciplined and will continue to be disciplined.
Disciplined.
Apologize.
Why did that happen? Can you please explain? Because it wasn't cool.
I completely agree. My brides sometimes think they know my desires and think perhaps by giving me what they think I want, that I will approve of them more.
And what
He
did they
acted
think
without my wishes.
What did they think you wanted?
They thought that I wanted to take Arena by force. That the only thing stopping me was this safe haven you had found for her. That is not my wish.
Oh, you know Arena. Oh.
What?
I mean, you brought her up. I'm just saying you. So you
Yes.
do know Arena.
Of course I do.
And you are trying to kidnap her.
If I was trying to kidnap her, Newton, she would be in this castle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let me simplify. Do you want Arena?
Of course I do. But
Why?
She has autonomy. Why does anyone love?
Because
Sometimes
you love
we can
her?
explain it. Sometimes we cannot.
So you're saying you're not trying to kidnap Arena.
No.
So other people are trying to kidnap Arena.
My brides know that I am very much infatuated with Arena, and so they acted out of turn.
You don't think that?
But I, for one, do believe there is a path back. Stiki, what about you? I heard about what happened to Doru. You really demolished him, did you not?
To who?
Doru, the Church of Barovia. The vampire spawn that was locked in the basement.
Oh,
And it brings up an interesting question, Stiki. What is morality? Is it black and white, or is it shades of grey? Is there a path back from foul deeds?
You know what? That day I was not fully here. I think I blacked out a couple times. So the memory is a little foggy. Sorry.
Do you really think that you blacked out?
I did.
You see him studying you for a moment as you say that. At that point, the door opens, and Escher walks in. Hello, everyone. Very sorry, Lord von Zarovich, but we out of wine, and I would need some help carrying up the barrel. I'm not strong enough.
Stiki jumps out of the chair and says, "All of you!" And he runs to where he is.
Okay. Escher smiles. Very well. Follow me, strong one. Starts to lead you out of the grand hall. As you all watch Stiki exit, the door close. We're gonna take a break.
That was a terrible idea.
That's really-
A bad idea. Why did I do that?
All right. Any last words, Stiki?
It was nice knowing all of y'all.
All right. We will be back in a little bit to see what happens with the rest of this dinner. It's going so well so far.
Oh, hello. Please, no, don't get up. Pleased to meet you. My name is Newton. Newton Fright. When it comes to most things, truthfully, I'd rather not, if given the option. No, not that I have a problem or anything, it's just things tend to go awry when I get involved, so I'd rather not. Understand? And now you want to know about my past. Which past? No, I mean I have a witch past, as in I was raised by witches. Have I mentioned I like puns?
Yeah, I see you staring, and I know what you're thinking. Like I'm some savage beast. I guess there's some truth to that. I mean, I grew up like most gnomes do, in a marauding pack raiding the weak to survive. I was a handful. I mean, I caused so much trouble, the pack gave me the name Havok. And that was going to be my life. Until I found a new path with the Guardian Light. I still feel all those primal urges the way I did before, but now there are these new desires. The desire to protect. So keep staring if you want. I just may have your back one day. And maybe you'll see me in a new light. A Guardian Light.
Oh, golly, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to bump into you. Oh, no, please don't be afraid. I know I look scary and green and have tusks, but really I have a banjo. Want to hear me play? No? Well, you look like a trustworthy person, right? I can trust you? I'm afraid of everything. Figure that. A half-orc the size of an orangutan, terrified of literally everything. Irony is not lost on me. Anyway, have a beautiful day. Know of any flower fields I can take a nap in?
Thanks for the drink, stranger. Where'd I learn how to play like that? My muses rent their abilities for the night. Their price is undivided attention and rivers of ale. Where am I from? I'm from the echoes of Yukon with a broken voice, the wandering melodies of Jack's Polaricide, the breath between Herod McQueen's finishing note and thunderous applause. The pull at your belt from a too heavy money pouch. Mine's not tugging too hard at the moment, but please, ask me more personal, probing questions. Will I come to your party? Yes, I've heard of your carousing. Did I hear right that you woke up drunk with... Oh, it's happened before? Oh, I'm sure the priest didn't mind at all, but let me ask you this. Do you know the name Gaad? Never heard of him? Good. Well, I will come play for you and your rich friends. It would be your pleasure, I'm sure.
Oh, hello. Aren't you beautiful? I'm Ezra. Bess. Lovely to meet you. Please don't touch the hair. It is as luscious as it looks, but we're not that close yet, darling. Oh, you're here for one of my parties. I'm afraid I haven't thrown one in quite some time, actually. I wasn't aware there were still people around that used to go. Well, it's always good to see a friendly face, and such a pretty one at that. Who knows? Maybe another party will be in the near future. Yes, yes, I'll be sure to invite you. Ta-ta now.
Welcome back. Just before we went to break, Stiki had agreed to go with Escher to fetch some more wine. And that's where we're going to start. So, Stiki, you head out into the hallway, and Escher turns and starts leading you toward a spiral staircase, the same one that you used to go up earlier to the rooms, but this time he starts leading you down. You're very quick to decide to come with me, eh? Is you looking for...
No, I just like wine.
Of course. How are you enjoying the dinner?
Oh, it's delicious, and you're very nice hosts. Stiki is looking around to see if there's anything he can use as a weapon.
Okay. As you're walking down, you do see torches and the sconces. But other than that, at least on the stairway, you don't really see much. Eventually, though, he leads you downstairs, and you kind of come to this landing where you see multiple different doors. And he leads you through this one on the southern wall. And as you walk inside, you see these arched frames of stone that form a low, wet ceiling over this wine cellar. There are great casks that line the walls, their bands rusting and their contents. You see, never mind. You also see a few hungry rats that make their home here, but upon your sudden arrival, they retreat to the shadows.
Are they also vampires? Are they vampire rats? Did you turn?
They are rats. They are not vampires.
I assumed.
But the casks are vampire casks.
The cats?
Casks of wine. They are vampires. So when you grab, just try to be careful.
You know what? This has been very fun.
I'm joking. Yes, I'm joking. Please.
Oh, okay.
You seem on edge. I wanted to take off the edge. Yes.
Yeah, no, that worked. Thank you for that.
Very good. You know, you just look very strong. Do you think you could grab one of these casks all by yourself? Because I'm very tired.
Aren't vampires like very strong? That
most of them, not me.
Okay. Why?
I don't stretch much. I don't get out and do things that would improve my strength. I like to drink and read and nap.
Nap?
Yes.
Do vampires not nap? They don't sleep. You don't sleep.
I know, but I like to sometimes pretend I still have this ability. So I just lay down and close my eyes.
Okay. Okay. Stiki lifts the barrel of wine.
Okay. Make a strength check.
Yo, I just rolled a nat 20.
Easy. You lift it up, and
Yeah.
I feel like, oh, very good. Well, Philomena is back, and you start to walk back out, and this time you notice a door to your left that's open. And as you pass, you look inside, and you see a young man hung upside down from the ceiling, their blood slowly draining into a large basin below. You look in, horrified, as Escher closes the door, turns back at you and gives you a fanged smile. You didn't forget that you were having dinner with monsters, did you?
Oh, I definitely did forget. Is that your dinner?
Best not to think about it.
Well, I don't think I'm not going to be able to not think about it.
Let's Get the wine back, eh?
Okay. Oh yeah. Of course. Did he do something wrong? Is he like a murderer?
The ones that we take are ones who hurt the people of Barovia.
Oh. Do I recognize the man that was upside down?
You did not.
Okay. Stiki says, "Okay, yeah. Let's. Thank you for your service. That's very good of you to do."
After you?
Okay. After no, you go. You go. I don't know the way. You go. You go first, please.
Just up the stairs, and that's the first landing. Go right. I'll be right behind you.
Stiki power walks.
Usher walks behind you.
Oh.
This is happening. You guys watch as Stiki walks out of the door. Maybe for a brief moment thinking, is that wise? Or Strahd turns back to you all. So, Ezmerelda. Yes. I was surprised to see you joining the party here. Are you also a part of Shin? I'm here looking for my master. The one you killed. I killed your master? Well, this is news to me. Who's your master? Rudolf van Richten. I've heard the name, and it's perhaps good to tell you that Rudolf van Richten lives. You all know Rudolf van Richten as well, yes? The famed vampire hunter, monster hunter.
Oh, yes. Rudolf van Richten.
He does not live because you killed him. This is simply not true. We've had trouble with Van Richten in these lands. He's been killing some members of the Vistani. He's brutal. I don't believe you. Believe what you will. But he lives, and he is a dangerous man. At this point, he turns to Ezra, who's seated by his side, and you see as he begins to kind of have a bit more of a private conversation with Ezra. At that moment, Sasha comes back in with a bottle of wine that looks like it's almost empty. But she comes and takes some glasses and pours them in, what's remaining. And she stops by you, Havok. And as she pours, a little crumpled up sheet of paper falls into your lap. She looks at you really quick. And over to Strahd, then back to you. And walks away.
My eyes just go really wide as I know I'm the worst liar in this group. I'll like try and like just lower my hand down to it and like try and like palm it.
Okay. You are able to do so. You see Strahd is pretty invested in this conversation with Ezra at the moment.
I don't have anywhere to put it. I don't have a bra. I don't have cleavage.
You the gown kind of down to your wrist do have some tight spots. You get the sense that maybe you could like slip it in there, and it would be pretty tough. Someone would probably have to feel your wrist to notice.
I kind of do that thing where I kind of like pull my sleeve up a little bit and kind of like tuck it into the sleeve.
Gotcha. You feel like it's pretty secure. Again, it kind of tightens around your wrist, so you'd have to pull it and do that to really drop it out. At this point, as Strahd turns back to you all, Stiki, you head back in holding a barrel of wine. Very good, but perhaps you leave outside for Escher to take care of. Yes, of course. Stiki?
Okay.
And you put it back outside in the hall. Escher kind of pats you on the shoulder. You head back inside, and the doors close again. Well, I know I've asked you all an awful lot of questions this evening, but tell Tell me, what do you want here in Barovia? I understand you want to escape, and if there's any way I can help you, or perhaps you can help me, then, well, I would very much like to make that happen.
Yes, we would like to leave.
Why do you want to help us leave?
I understand how tough it can be living in this land, and if you're able to go, I don't want to keep you here against your will.
Okay, why don't you leave? I don't mean it like that. I mean, like, why, if
No,
you
I
have the power to leave.
understand.
Okay.
I wish I did have the power to leave, but I am just as held captive here as everyone else.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, we tried to leave right when we got here, and we couldn't. And we were told that the Vistani could leave, and that they could leave because you let them leave.
I don't know how that rumor began, but it is not true. I don't know why the dark powers in the mists allow the Vistani to leave.
Do we
Perhaps it's a
believe
way to
him?
torment me. Make an insight check.
Yeah, I'll insight check that too.
Okay.
21.
10.
He seems like he's being as honest as he's been with you this whole evening. You don't catch any shifting or odd movements that might betray a lie. He seems like he's being earnest.
Okay.
So I do not know. Perhaps it is the Dark Power's way of adding an extra torment to my sentence here.
Do you know the source of these dark powers? Like where, like maybe like this like dark power might be coming from? Maybe we can take care of it for you.
I've done some research, but well, the search hasn't been too fruitful. You see, initially the Dark Powers did reach out to me, but I have lost communication with them ever since I came into being. Perhaps these powers will reach out to you. I do not know.
What do they look like?
I received vision, conversation that led me down the path. I thought it was one that would bring me power, but in fact I was sealing my own tomb.
Really?
Indeed.
Does like a big king that and the who's like wears gold and purple mean anything to you?
In relation to the Dark Powers.
Yeah.
For my research, it doesn't ring bell.
What about a real scary clown?
Scary clown. Is that who controls you from time to time?
I mean, I don't know if he's actually like his face changes a lot, and but he kind of has like a real clowny vibe.
Perhaps there is some way to get out of this binding that took place for you.
But, I mean, what happened with your relationship with the Dark Powers? I mean, you recommended that we might be able to do better than even you in terms of coming out ahead in the deal we would make with these Dark Powers.
It's tough to say if you would come out better. The Dark Powers, I don't believe, actually have our interests in heart. I think they simply seek dominion over as many souls as they can. I'm just as much trapped here as all of you. You would think that might make us allies. Hold on, my cat is climbing onto my shelf and knocking books over everywhere. My God.
Oh, it's okay.
You know how it is.
Yeah, I do.
But if you're all finished with your dinner, perhaps we shall have a quick tour of some areas of the castle, if you would be so inclined.
Oh, sure.
Very good. If you all rise and follow me.
You ever like fought a dragon?
That is a story for another time. But I can tell you much about the castle if you'd like. At this point, the doors open and Strahd begins to lead you out. Hold on, my cat's going crazy, so let me just try to distract her for a moment. Nailed it. Mark that down on the timestamp, please.
Okay.
He leads you out to the guest hall. And you see this hall has torchlight that flutters against the walls. There's an arched hallway that stretches for about 20 feet. It ends at a spiral staircase that goes up and down. Next to the hallway, a suit of armor, oiled and glistening, stands at attention in a shallow alcove. To the west, large double doors hang slightly open, and a steady bright light escapes through the opening. He leads you back into the great entry that you had seen before, and leads you right down into another double set of doors. You see this grand hall stretches 35 feet ahead to a pair of large bronze doors. There's an arched ceiling above and life-size statues of knights that line the hallway on both sides. It almost feels like their eyes are watching you. The castle was built centuries ago by two architects primarily, the Archmage Kazan and Artemis. Artemis handled most of the stonework, and Kazan handled a lot of the magic that is within the walls. We've had many guests, of course. The Duchess Delcinia was here for a while. I believe she actually wanted to court me, but I was not particularly fond. She often brought her court jester, Piddlewick. He would often appear and put on wonderful shows that caused laughter to echo through these halls. There was Petrina Velakovna. She was a dusk elf who had quite a flair for magic. Perhaps similar to you, Aerith. But, well, her and I were betrothed, and when her parents discovered this, and her people discovered this, they killed her. So you see why perhaps I choose not to show my face around the valley too often. People are not too fond to see it.
This place has to be hella haunted, right? I mean, there's got to be lots and lots of ghosts in this place.
In the castle?
Yes.
No. Let me ask you, Havok, you've learned a bit about the Morning Lord Diaz?
I picked up a thing or two here and there.
At this point, he opens the doors at the end of the hallway, and you see dim colored light that filters through tall windows of stained glass, illuminating the ancient chapel of Ravenloft. You look up and see a few bats fluttering near the top of the 90-foot-high domed ceiling. A balcony runs the length of the west wall, 50 feet above the floor. You see benches line the floor in the space, and beyond, lit by a piercing shaft of light, an altar stands upon a stone platform. The sides of the altar are carved with angelic figures entwined with grapevines. The light from above falls directly on a silver statuette. And have you heard of the Mother Knight?
No.
It's another deity that certain people in Barovia worship. The Morning Lord, the Mother Knight. This duality. One cannot exist without the other. God of evil, creation, destruction, preservation, and ruin. Must be kept in balance, yes?
I guess.
You don't think so?
I don't know. I haven't really given much thought.
Well, the Mother Knight's presence is felt mostly between dusk and dawn. So perhaps you'll feel her presence soon.
Okay.
Well, what do you think of the chapel? Initially built for the Morning Lord. Though not many services.
For the Morning Lord, but then taken over by the Mother Knight?
Really just outsiders began refusing to come for whatever reason. Any thoughts as to why?
No.
Good one. I get it.
Get what?
Oh, I thought you were being...
I am.
Oh, yeah. I knew.
Friends, I would hope I had a... How was the dinner, right? Was it good? Was it to your liking?
Yeah.
It was good
It was
pork.
delicious,
How do you feel this evening is going between us all? Aerith? I've not spoken very much.
I'm looking forward to leaving this place. We can leave, can't we?
Of course. Would you like to leave now?
I would.
Very well. Come.
Stiki, all those Aerith. What are you doing?
Stop it.
You stop it. What are you doing?
And I walk back to the dining room and look for that dusk elf.
Strahd turns to the rest of you. Would you all like to finish the tour, or would you like to leave as well?
If Aerith is ready to go, then we should probably go.
Well, if you'd like, he could wait in the carriage for you all, but I won't hold you.
I don't think anybody should be alone anymore.
No harm will come to him. It seems that he is making the decision for you all, though.
Where should I? Well, Newton's.
Newton, are you okay? Are you saying Newton, you're okay? Are you alright?
I'm just trying to look around and read the room and see what everybody else feels.
Perhaps we can have a conversation in private, Lord Von Zarovich, so we can discuss. Take the chapel. I will be waiting in the hall. Aerith, you make your way back down the hallway. You do see Rahadin standing at the end of it.
Excuse me, Rahadin. Lord Strahd has given me leave to leave. Would you kindly show me?
He opens the door. Begins walking out.
I follow.
Good. He walks you back to the entryway. As you approach, you see on a table everyone's items, yours placed first.
I recover my items, strap my sword, and my shield, and start buckling the rest of the stuff while I'm walking to the door.
Okay. You walk to the door. It opens up. You see the carriage sitting there.
I'll just sort of lean against the carriage. I'm not going to get inside.
Okay. Rahadin looks at you. These doors will remain closed. If you'd like to come back in, just knock. Turns around and walks back down the hallway.
Okay, and I start just stripping and getting back into my own clothes, getting out of these, just like throwing them on the ground.
Gotcha. The doors do close. Back to the chapel. You guys have a little bit of space from Strahd. What should we do?
So, I mean, Aerith is, I think feeling some cognitive dissonance about being in this situation, and, his schema of what Strahd was kind of being shattered by his, cordial and inviting nature. So I think it's very possible that
Are you saying his heart just needs to go 3 times larger?
like that. I mean, this guy, I mean, all I'm saying is everything I know about Barovia so far is that things aren't that straightforward. It's a bit complicated. So I'm saying maybe it's a good idea we kind of just feel this place out, and if we know we're leaving here safe, there's nothing wrong with they say keep your friends close and your enemies closer. So either way, we're good in this situation, I think.
Well, that's a really interesting way of looking at that.
I mean, we could leave. My only thought would be, if this doesn't end up being a fruitful relationship, perhaps it would be good to know more of this castle. We initially said this was some sense of reconnaissance, right, Ezmerelda? Perhaps one of us waits with Aerith to ensure her safety as well.
I'll go with Aerith. I probably wouldn't remember all the stuff he's talking about anyway. You guys have the memory for that kind of stuff, so maybe I should just clear out, right?
Again, it's up to the group. I just wanted to present a counterpoint. I'll go with whatever you all vote. There's 3 of you.
Well, I mean, you
Why
guys
don't you all vote?
both Newton and Ezra, you both make a lot of sense. I mean, if we just leave, we leave a potential relationship on the table. We leave information on the table for no reason other than our own pride, right?
I mean, yes.
So what's your vote, Havok?
I think some of us should continue the tour. Maybe not all of us, but some of us.
All right. Stiki?
I can go wait with Aerith. I think everybody else here would do a better job at remembering things than I would, or understanding things. And then he leans in and he whispers to everybody so that hopefully Strahd doesn't hear. I also walked past a room where there was a man hanging upside down and they were draining his blood. They said that it was dinner because he was a bad man. So I'm a little freaked out.
This is a house of vampires.
I understand that. I'm still scared that that's gonna be me.
Well, I think it only makes sense for one of you to go with Aerith because, narratively speaking,
I'll say.
All right. I'll go. Be careful. And then as Stiki starts walking away, he grabs Havok's hand and says, "Be careful." And he walks away.
as you go to leave, Stiki, you're walking by Strahd. So you are going to leave as well?
I just don't think that Aerith should be alone. He's been a little broody lately, so I'm gonna go just
I've noticed.
give him a shoulder to brood on.
Well, Stiki, it was an honor to have you in Castle Ravenloft, and I wanted to present you with a little gift.
A gift?
And he holds out a... Sorry, let me find it here really quick. He holds out a silver ring. Says to you, "This is a ring of protection. It'll make it tougher for you to be hit in combat."
Thank you. Is there a particular reason that you're giving this to me and not to, like, Ezra?
I have gifts for everyone here. Though
What about Aerith? Does Aerith get a gift?
I find his behavior to have been quite rude. He, metaphorically speaking, spit in my face, and so I don't give gifts to those who treat me with such disrespect.
Okay. I will go talk to him and let him know that that wasn't okay behavior. Thank you.
Perhaps another time you'll be able to continue the tour, and I will continue my search for your sister.
Thank you.
You start to head out as Rahadin comes back in. What are you doing?
Oh, I'm gonna go with Aerith. He needs a friend.
Very rude. Opens the door, starts to lead you back out.
No.
You
I run outside.
get the same treatment. You see your gear as you run outside, and Rahadin's like, "Your gear, your gear."
Oh yeah. I forgot. He runs back in.
There ain't no need to run. As I told your friend over there, the doors will close. If you would like to come back in, knock.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
He walks away as the doors close behind him, and Aerith, you see Stiki walking up to you, holding all of Stiki's gear.
Everything okay?
That was awful. I don't ever want to do that again. I think I'm gonna have a heart attack, Aerith. Is my heart pounding? Can you check my chest, please? I think I'm having an anxiety attack. That was terrible.
Yeah, why don't you take a few deep breaths here?
Okay.
All right?
Oh. He gave me this ring. I just start screaming at Aerith. He gave me this ring. He said it's gonna protect me. I don't know what to do with this information.
I don't know. Maybe we should have it check that ring out first before you.
He said that there was a gift for you, but you were being rude. He said you metaphorically spit in his face. I'm gonna be honest, man. You kind of did. I love you, but what was that? That's a vampire. Do you understand what he can do to you?
No, I know. It was crazy. It was insane. But I couldn't help myself. Just people like him. I can't stand to be around. I'm sorry. I couldn't.
It's fine, but what do you mean by people like him?
That pretend like he should be taking care of the people here. That's his job. He's the king of this land, and he has so much to be able to give, and yet he exploits them so, and they fear him, and yet, like, I could almost respect the mayor of Vlaki or whatever, because it was so, his facade was so razor thin. Strahd somehow really believes that he is the victim here, and it just, I am so disgusted by that.
Well, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. I think that a good conversation with him would maybe clear that up, and maybe he would understand that what he's doing is not good. I think that you should talk to him. I think that you make a lot of sense and you bring up good points, and I think he would learn a lot from you.
Thanks, Stiki, but I don't think he's well beyond being reasoned with.
You don't know that. You didn't try.
Some people are beyond saving. Correcting. They're just broken.
Try.
No, I'm not. I'm not going to put myself through that. I can put the rest of you through that. We all know who and what he really is. It's just the charade that was disgusting. I couldn't do it.
Okay, you may not remember the last. When I said this, what's an hour ago, 2 hours ago, I said that assumptions hurt feelings.
I think we have more than assumptions here. He is evil. He is the reason why this land is the way it is. You've fallen under his spell. You need to wake up, Stiki.
I didn't fall under anybody. I hear what you're saying, and you make a lot of really good points. I'm Switzerland. I don't know what that is. But
Yeah, but there is no Switzerland in this situation. And honestly, you got to pick a side. And I can't believe that you're considering allying with that monster. And he's not a monster for being a vampire. Ezra is a vampire, and he's not a monster.
Because you're not communicating effectively, and he's eating people.
Someone had... Exactly! So why is this even a conversation?
Because you're yelling at me! It didn't have to be a conversation. I just wanted you to come back in and tell him what you just told me, because...
I asked him the hard questions. I did what I was supposed to do in that situation. I was supposed to be the bad cop. I was the bad cop. What?
You were supposed to be the good cop.
Well, Newton wasn't doing a good job of it, so someone had to do it. Someone had to be the scapegoat, and I was
going to do that.
As this argument continues, we cut back to inside, where you all watch Stiki get escorted out by Rahadin, and Strahd approaches again. Shall we continue the tour?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We're down. We're in.
Mm-hmm.
If you'll all follow me upstairs, he leads you to an alcove on the side, some stairs that lead up, stairs that rise to the west. You head up and you get to the balcony that overlooks the chapel. You see a sculpted stone railing that encloses the balcony, which overlooks down below. You also see there are 2 ornate thrones that stand side by side in the center of the balcony. The thrones face away from the double doors behind them that give access to the balcony from this floor. Havok, as you approach the center of the balcony and these thrones, you see a flash of purple light. And suddenly, you look down into the chapel and you see it's completely full with people. Milivoj stands at the altar, preaching. You turn to your side, and you see Stiki, crown resting upon his head. He looks at you lovingly. You feel the crown upon your own head. As you turn back and see Milivoj gesturing up to you, the people stand and begin applauding you. They begin clapping for their queen. And then you're back. And so, of course, this is where I would watch the proceedings when they took place.
Do you have a...
I just say, Havok's I'm gonna very discreetly like wipe a tear from my eye, just like it's kind of welling up, and I just kind of like move it away real quick as fast as I can.
Mark 1. You had a question, Newton.
Do you have a copy of the interdimensional almanac?
I'm afraid I do not.
Oh wow! It must have been a rare edition. Well, I'm getting total Game of Thrones vibes from this hallway, and
A Game of Thrones. What do you mean?
Oh, it's this wonderful story. It's called Game of Thrones. It's about
good finale.
No, it actually kind of piddles out at the end, but the original writer didn't finish it himself. So it's neither here nor there. I'm just saying this. I actually have an alternate ending that I would love to share with you sometime if you.
I'm very much like that. Yeah. But come, let us continue the tour. I don't want to keep you from your friends for long. He leads you through those double doors into a long hallway. You see it's 20 foot high and has dark vaulted ceiling. And eventually he opens another set of doors at the end that open to reveal, as you see, a small room about 10 feet ahead. Another set of doors, but you see that there's corridors that stretches to the north and south here, but those doors are currently closed. And opening the door to this next room, you see dim light from the courtyard that falls into this great hall through a large window in the west wall. The immense room is a place of warmth at this moment. You see iron sconces with lit torches that dot the walls. Directly across from the window are the doors that you came in on the east wall, and further south you see a single door that leads from the east wall. Staircases are at both ends of the north wall. They look like they lead down. At the far southern end of the hall, a large wooden throne stands atop a marble dais. The high back throne faces south, away from most of the room. You also see 3 women in this room. You see Ludmila Savage. You see a pale woman with vibrant red hair that is put up into a regal hairstyle. She's wearing gold chains that lead up to a red jewel placed in a golden brooch that rests atop her head. She's wearing a red and gold dress, and ruby red earrings dangle from her ears. You also see, on the other side of Ludmila, a pale woman with short black hair that's cut just above her shoulders. She has light blue eyes that look out at you and is wearing a deep purple dress with shades of black throughout. Well, you already know Ludmila, and while I believe some of you saw Anastasia, allow me to make a formal introduction. This is Anastasia Karelova, and he gestures to the woman with the red hair, and Valenta Popovsky. This is the audience hall, where we would hold small gatherings for dances. In fact, it's been so long, perhaps we can all dance now. Feel free to dance with one another or with one of my brides. And with that, he snaps his fingers, and you watch as some instruments begin to form in the space and begin playing.
You want us to dance with your brides?
If you would like. Or of course you can dance with one another, or of course you can just wait here. But a good dance is something that doesn't come around too often. Havok, perhaps you might do me the honor of dancing with me.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
He takes your hand, puts his lower hand down right on your lower back, and begins to guide you in a waltz.
Newton slowly approaches the brides.
Okay.
And he looks at the blue-eyed one, and he says, "Will you be my Valentia?
I don't understand, but yes, let's dance."
She instantly kind of takes you and starts leading the dance. Ezra approaches Anastasia and begins to dance. And Ezmerelda just stands back, just watches. You all begin dancing. Outside, we'll cut back to outside. You guys can hear the sound of music coming from above, just loud enough to break up the argument for a brief moment. And as you look up and kind of see from that large circular window these shadows passing in front of it, you feel a raindrop down onto you, and another, and another. And it slowly starts to rain as thunder rumbles overhead.
Stuck in the carriage.
Eris!
What? It's wet out there.
You just. You're so smart. You're one of the smart ones. I don't understand. What?
Well, follow my lead and get out of the rain.
I'm not talking about the rain.
Aerith, roll a d20 for me. Add nothing.
6.
It happens for a few moments here. A couple of minutes. You know what I'm referencing?
Yeah.
Aerith.
Stiki, what are you doing? Come into the rain. Come into the carriage. I'll tell you a story. Come on.
Okay, yeah, I like stories. Stiki goes in and sits down.
And you come in, and Aerith is sitting there with a smile on his face and kind of has his legs crossed, kind of, being just kind of lounging in the carriage, completely different from how he was earlier.
Stiki goes in and sits cross-legged on the floor and looks at Aerith like a little boy. But once realizing the difference in the demeanor, Stiki's expression goes from, I'm really excited about the story, to, what the fuck is going on?
Is this what you wanted? I could have gone in and charmed the whole lot of them. I might even... That Ezra fellow. He did look tasty.
Ezra fellow?
No, Escher.
Oh.
He seemed to take a liking to you.
I think he liked everybody, actually.
No, he didn't. I think he liked me most of all.
Okay.
I think he was just playing with you. But that's neither here nor there. So you don't have to worry about it, all right?
Okay, well, I'm kind of taken, so it doesn't matter.
Oh my goodness.
You've been so rude today. I don't understand
Taken?
what's going on. Who are you? You should apologize. I would really appreciate an apology. We're friends. What's going on?
You expect an apology?
I would like one.
For what?
You're being rude.
I'm being rude?
You told me you were going to say a story. Just say your story.
Oh, very well. And let's see. I'm going to expend one of my bardic inspirations here. And do one of my Tales from Beyond. Oops, wrong dice. There we go. All right. No, I think I'll hold on to that story for another time. But let me see. Let me tell you a story, and I'll recount a story about a lost child in the dark woods, and how he was wandering where he shouldn't have, and was lost for days, weeks, months, and he aged. And then when he came back and finally found his way out of the woods, he returned to the village, and no one remembered him as he was.
Because he got older. You're a really bad storyteller.
Tell me about Tilly. How long has Tilly been lost?
How long have we been here?
So it was right before then? that you
No, no.
lost your sister?
Well, I didn't lose my sister. My sister left.
Why did she leave?
I don't know.
Was there something that you said? I mean, sometimes you can be a bit, I don't know, unaware of social cues.
What is it exactly that you are implying?
Let me break it down for you.
Oh, please do.
Could it be possible that you said something, or just by the very nature of who you are, your sister left and was maybe even glad to have been taken to this hellhole that we are now stuck in? Maybe she doesn't want to be found by you. Did you ever think of that? Maybe she was escaping.
You know what? Maybe she doesn't want to be found. You could be right, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to look for her. I just want to know she's safe. If she doesn't want to come back with me, then that's her decision. I'm not going to force anybody. I just want to know that my sister is okay.
Oh, that's very wise of you.
Makes one of them.
Oh. So Stiki does have some teeth.
Let me ask you a question.
I'm an open book.
What's going on here? You're one person one moment, the next you're completely different.
I am many people. I mean, I'm a Gemini. I mean, honestly. I mean, many faces. Whatever use I need in the moment. Come on.
This is the first time that I'm meeting this side of you.
You honestly don't know... Oh, go ahead.
I obviously don't know you because you're usually very smart, and right now you're kind of being a dick.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's rubbing you the wrong way.
How do you feel about that joke?
I'm mad, but good joke.
Well, we can sit here in silence, like two awkward lovers, just like you and, what is it? Havok is the one that you have your eye on? I wish you would just come out and just say it, or kiss her, or something. I mean, the tension is just, it's so awkward. It's a bunch of teenagers, I mean, honestly.
I've never had a I'm not explaining anything to you. Who do you think you are? I thought we were friends. I thought you cared about me. What is this?
At this point, Aerith, you're back.
Question, do I know what I said and everything? Stiki, I don't know if I don't know if you'll believe me at all, but
what?
I'm really sorry about whatever I just said. That wasn't me.
What are you talking about? That was definitely you. You were sitting right in front of me the entire time. Now it wasn't me. That is a terrible excuse. You have been an awful person. We're supposed to be friends.
Now I can't argue with I am an awful person, but I didn't
growling,
mean.
And his veins start.
Whoa, Stiki, I get out of the carriage.
I follow.
Stiki, roll a D100 for me.
Oh, shit.
43.
Stiki, you're seeing red at this moment, and you don't even realize that you have pulled out your sword.
My new one?
Yes.
Okay.
And you are raising it to strike towards Aerith. Aerith, you see in a flash of movement that Stiki has pulled out his sword.
Whoa. I cast Blade Word on myself.
Okay.
And I back up away in the courtyard in the rain.
You were being a dick. Stiki is going to fucking slash you.
I raise my shield.
Roll the hit, Stiki.
Oh no!
Oh shit! Well, I rolled an 8 and I rolled a 12.
12 to hit.
No.
Shield.
So Stiki, angrier than you've seen him, swings the blade down in your direction, and you throw the shield up and deflect it off to the side. And as he does that, Stiki, you kind of catch yourself. You just swung a sword at someone in your party.
I begin whispering words to a spell.
Stiki freezes, drops the sword.
And Stiki, the anger is still there, but it's not at that level that you were just at, where you would swing the sword.
I'm about to do something very problematic, and I apologize ahead of time. Stiki is going to fall to the ground. He's just going to start punching the ground and screaming. Just trying to get it out.
Stiki, whoa. Wait, stop. You're going to hurt yourself. Stop.
You stop, Stiki?
I stop. After I get it out.
The rain's falling on you, and as you look at your knuckles, you see they're bloodied.
Look, I'm sorry. I am horrible. I am. But I am your friend. I didn't mean those things. I got my. As Strahd was asking me, like, these powers come from somewhere else, and sometimes I'm not in control of. Someone else steps in, and it's been more of a problem lately, and I'm trying to figure that out, and it's because I've done bad things, I'm sure, but I didn't mean those things, those horrible things I said to you.
But then, why did you say that? Because I thought we were friends, and, like, I love you, man. I really care about you, and I thought that we were, in this together, but you're just being really mean to me.
We are friends. We're in this together. We're gonna find a way out of this, and we're gonna find. I'm so sorry. We're gonna find your sister.
I think I kind of want to understand what's going on. Do you have like a personality thing going on here? Like, are you split down the middle? Because I don't understand. Because you're being really nice right now, but you're being really mean earlier, and you gotta explain that to me. What's going on?
Someone I knew who was important to me. They're still around. They died, but they're still around. I mean, if I seem to have a connection with spirits, and this particular one, for whatever reason, maybe our connection, it goes both ways. You were speaking to an individual that I knew named Andrel, and he could be quite direct, and
that wasn't direct. That was cruel.
He's quite unhappy with where he is. So I think that he's quite unhappy with me as well. I didn't treat him well in the end, and so he would love to take it out on anyone that I care about.
Do you have conversations? Like, have you figured it out together? Because that doesn't seem very healthy.
I mean, we do have conversations, but I think it's most likely beyond anything that we could work out.
Do you know how to make him go away?
actually a new development that he was able to completely take over. It's only happened a few times. So I was able to, I'm here. I'm back. It's me. I don't know how or when he will take control. Again, hopefully not. I don't know what to say. I'm truly very sorry for what he said. And if this has ruined our friendship, I can accept that.
No, it wasn't you, but can I ask you a question, friend to friend? And I respect whatever it is you are about to say.
Of course, you can ask.
Do you have similar thoughts?
As
Control?
And it was sort of, opposites attract sort of situation. I mean, he was as arrogant as I am, but no, I don't think those things that he said. You are good. You did not drive your sister away.
Yeah.
We're going to find her, and she's gonna be fine. And we're all gonna get out of this place. All right?
Yeah. Okay.
I promise. All right?
Okay.
And if Andrew comes back, you have my full permission to punch him in the face.
But it's your body, and it would hurt you.
I'm sure I deserve it for other reasons. I'm sure of it.
I don't think that. I think you're a good person. I think that you were kind of being a dick in there. I mean, that's a conversation that we should still figure out together. Because you sound like you're a little more level-headed now that I almost tried to kill you. Sorry about that.
I mean, I think we shouldn't be under any sort of impression that I'm a good person or that other companions of our group are good people. We're just doing the best that we can. But
I don't think we're bad. I think we try and help, and sometimes we don't, and we make things worse, but we have good intentions.
We do.
Well, we're gonna cut back before we do. Aerith, you saw everything, but you were just in no control. But you were witnessing everything, very similar to Get Out. You're in the sunken place. Back upstairs, you all are dancing to the music. Strahd is holding you, Havok, and whirling you around, and he's a very wonderful dancer. Very handsome. He looks down at you with his dark eyes. You seemed quite worried when I brought up the dark powers. Something troubling you, Havok. Dance with me, Havok.
Okay, sorry. It's just, I haven't been here very long, and the deity that found me before I got here, it seems to have maybe been replaced by something else. And I'm still figuring it out. I'm not sure.
When we were on the balcony back there, you seemed to space out for a moment. What was going on there?
saw a flash of, I don't know, maybe something I want or something that could be, I don't know. But it surprised me.
What is it that you want?
You know, I don't know exactly. I just want people to love and accept me.
I see no reason why they should not.
Well, I've had trouble in the past, so.
How so?
I don't know. I would prefer not to talk about it if that's okay. I mean, this isn't a very good dance conversation.
Well, let me ask you. Your friend believes I'm not doing what needs to be done to protect the people of the Loch in Barovia. What would you do if you were in my place?
Look, man, if you truly care about the people and you want the best for them, they're suffering here. You know, this land is harsh and dark and just not good. And if you do care about them and you want them to be happy, you shouldn't care what they say about you. You should continue to work to help them.
You say that you don't always experience love and acceptance. Where you come from, do people always expect you, or do they have an idea of what you are that drive them to fear? And that fear drives them to anger, to lashing out. It's tough to feed a hand that seeks only to bite you.
I understand that. I've experienced that. I mean, yeah, all I wanted to do was, be a part of the group and to feel wanted. And it didn't work out several times, but I kept looking and I kept trying. And now I found Jean, and it's felt better. And I think we're helping.
They respect you, your group.
Sometimes. Certain areas.
Why only sometimes?
Well, sometimes I make mistakes. I'm not perfect.
It doesn't mean you don't deserve respect because you make a mistake.
I don't know. I think they believe in me in certain areas because I've shown them I'm capable. Other areas maybe not so much.
It is like our conversation around faith. It's odd to have people you need to prove yourself to. Usually those that love you, you don't need to prove yourself, they just love. We're gonna jump over to Newton's dance with Valenta, who is dancing quite vigorously with you. Whereas Strahd is very elegantly moving Havok around this room, you are more being dragged, more or less. Every time you think you got the steps down, she just throws an audible your way.
Oh.
So, your name is Newton, yes?
It is. You're much more energetic than I expected.
Yes. Tell me, do you know how much blood is in a church mouse?
I do not at all. Not at all.
Not a lot. Not a lot indeed.
Yeah.
How are you enjoying the dance?
I'm enjoying it quite nice. I mean, actually, you're the first person I've ever danced with that wasn't a relative. So,
Lovely.
yes.
Lovely. Would you like to see my masterpiece?
Did you just say masterpiece?
No, my masterpiece.
Sure.
Come with me. She takes your hand and starts leading you downstairs. Havok, Strahd basically just said all that to you as you see Newton being pulled away.
Where's she taking him?
Probably to see her artwork.
Oh, she's an artist?
Of sorts. Newton, you're being dragged down the stairs, and she leads you down first into this room where you see dusty scrolls and tomes line the walls. There are more scrolls and books that are scattered on the floor around 4 heavy wooden chests fitted with sturdy iron locks. The only unobstructed floor space is directly in front of the doors on the east and west walls. In the center of this clutter, you see a great black desk, and a figure crouches atop a tall stool, scratching on a seemingly endless scroll of paper with a dry quill pen. Nearby, a tasseled rope hangs from a hole in the ceiling. As she walks in, Valenta goes, "Hello there, Leaf," and he just. You see now, as you see him a bit closer, it's a balding man with just wisps of gray hair and small glasses, and he doesn't even look up at you. She leads you to the opposite doorway and opens it up. And as you head inside, you see dark stains that cover the floor of this area. There are large tables made entirely of human bones that surround the room. The walls and the 20-foot-high vaulted ceiling are a sickly yellow color. Not because of faded or time-worn plaster, but because they're adorned with bones and skulls arranged in a morbidly decorative fashion, giving the room a cathedral-like quality. You see 4 enormous mounds of bones occupy the corners of this ossuary, and garlands of skulls extend from these mounds to a chandelier of bones that hangs from the ceiling above a long table constructed of, you guessed it, bones, in the center of the room. 10 chairs made of bones and festooned with decorative skulls surround the table, resting atop which is an ornate bowl-shaped vessel made of yet more bones. The doors to the north and south are sheathed in bone, but the steel-banded double doors in the center of the east wall are not. Above these eastern doors is mounted the skull of a dragon. Tell me, what do you think?
I'd say one a bone, but seems like you got that covered.
You're funny. You're very funny, aren't you?
Is that a real dragon head?
Yes, it's the skull of a dragon.
Wow. Did you... Where did you get it?
Would you like to know?
Yes.
That is the skull of Argan Voss. Shh, don't tell anyone.
Is that the silver? Is that the silver dragon?
Yes. How did you know that? You're funny and you're smart.
You know, even his blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while.
What?
A blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while.
Squirrel's blind?
Even.
Oh, I get it.
Even a good vampire finds a bone occasionally.
I think that your bones might make a wonderful addition here.
Oh, I don't have bones.
Perhaps we cut you open and find out. I'm kidding.
Yeah, you're.
Imagine me putting the dagger in your chest and slowly cutting it down as you scream in pain, and then me pulling the bones out one by one.
I thought this was going to be an entirely different experience.
Yes, this is my masterpiece. It took me forever to put this all together.
Yes.
Me and Mr. Bellevue.
Bellevue?
Yes. My special helper.
His name is Bellevue.
That's his last name.
Oh.
Yes.
Well,
shall we return? I just wanted to show you.
I'd love to hear Bellevue's take on your work.
Oh, he's not here right now. No. Only when I call him. Come, let's return. And remember, not a word about the dragon. I probably shouldn't have said that name. But You just, it just pinches your cheeks.
Has Strahd not seen the dragon?
Oh, he's seen it. I don't think he likes me telling outsiders about it, but you're just so cute. I had to. I still think. Are you sure about the bones? I think it would be a lovely addition.
No, I'm a limp noodle. You wouldn't.
She starts to guide you back up the stairs. Havok, as you finish the dance with Strahd and the music begins to stop, he looks at you and just says, I'm not sure if you've ever heard this before, but you carry quite a sense of regality to you, Havok. A queen, perhaps.
I haven't heard that. Thank you.
Yes. Bill, at that point, Newton comes back up the stairs with Valenta. With that, my friends, I believe, well, you have treated me to a very lovely evening indeed. And I thank you for your company. But at this point, I must bid you a fond farewell. I will take you down to the entrance hall, and you, of course, may take the carriage wherever you wish. Valaki, Barovia.
You won't walk us out?
No, I will walk you down.
Will.
Come. He starts to lead you down the stairs. The brides say their goodbyes.
So what's like the biggest like thing you ever fought and almost like didn't beat, but you beat?
Biggest, not sure I quite understand your question, but
like,
let me tell you, Newton, I've beaten everything that tries to fight me.
Clearly, you wouldn't be. I mean, I get that, but
you know what's funny? The last man who tried as such now lives with a mind so utterly broken he wanders the hillsides believing himself an elk.
Well, I'm just saying, like, what was like the toughest fight you ever had? It's all right, you know. It's like.
I know it's tough to say though. It's none of them seem very tough.
It's just all come easy for you.
It's boring, really. I'll let you know when I finally have a tough fight.
So, False Hydra, no problem.
False Hydra? Have you seen one?
Oh, we happened upon one recently.
Did you?
Yes.
Where was this?
Somewhere dark and musty.
You are full of tales. Perhaps some of you would like to return for another dinner, where you can regale me with more of your adventures.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, at this point, you are at the entryway, and you see your items all piled up on a table. But before you go, friends, I took the liberty of getting you some gifts. Havok. And you watch as Escher walks up with a bag, and Strahd reaches in and pulls out a book that looks a little bit old. He says, "This is a book of hymns of the Morning Lord. I thought perhaps you might find some value in it."
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
He reaches in for Ezra. This is a flask. I noticed it's a bit drab and thought perhaps this one would be nicer. And you see he's handing a platinum flask over to Ezra. Ezra kind of begrudgingly takes it. Still know what their conversation was. He turns to Ezmerelda, pulls out a dagger. It's also made of platinum. Perhaps you might use this as you protect the people of Valaki. I don't want your gift. Very well. Puts it away. Goes up to you, Newton. Very charming getting to know you more, Newton, Fright. And I believe you have what it takes to start your business. And so I thought perhaps I'd help you get started. And he pulls out a scroll of paper that he hands to you. As you unfurl it, you see it is a deed to a property in Vallaki. This property used to be a tavern of sorts that was shut down. But they have a wonderful kitchen. I thought perhaps you might be able to start your...
It's not the blue water, right? The blue water's still there.
You know what you know of the blue water in?
I just happen to know of a certain person that works there, and we've spent some time there. This is a different...
to the blue water in, no.
Oh, well. I mean, have you seen Danica? Just saying.
Him stops for a moment. Danica whom?
Danica, the bartender at the blue water.
Woman with black hair, yes? With terse in her conversational style.
Yes. Yes. Very short in her words. Very direct. Straightforward. She's
I
married.
believe I have met her before. Perhaps I shall pay another visit sometime soon.
I mean, don't kill her or anything. Just...
Of course not. Just a visit. And as the doors open, you can see... I guess Earth and Stiki, do you think you would have stayed out in the rain, or would you have potentially moved back?
I probably would have tried to lead Stiki back in the carriage and try to wrap his knuckles, or...
Okay.
If he would let him.
You all begin to walk out towards the carriage. And Strahd walks with you. And as you all walk, the rain's still falling, but it's not hitting any of you or Strahd as he walks closer to the carriage.
Havok, not really thinking about it, instinctually lifts up her dress. She pulls it up so it doesn't drag in the mud or the wet stone or anything like that. Without even thinking, she's kind of is doing it.
Yeah. And the door opens, and as Ezmerelda quickly clambers in, Havok, there's a odd flash of annoyance. Why weren't you first? Why did Ezmerelda think that she should be going in first? But shake it off. It's fine. And you start to head inside. Strahd is standing just outside with the door open as you all enter. Well, it was a lovely evening for me.
Rob?
Yes.
Aerith and I had a conversation, and I just want to make certain that I don't know if I'm gonna get this all right, Aerith, but I'm gonna try really hard.
What he's trying to say is we were completely taken by your hospitality, and I must apologize for my behavior. As Stiki has said, I have not been myself. You were a gracious host. Thank you so much.
But of course, I apologize if something wasn't to your liking. Perhaps, and he looks to the rest of you that stayed, when we do the next dinner, I'll be able to correct those mistakes.
I'm just homesick and decided to vent my frustrations upon you.
Phil, as a token of gratitude for you journeying out here, despite your feelings of homesickness, and Escher walks up. You notice the rain doesn't block Escher for a bit, so you kind of and then hands it over to Strahd. He reaches inside the bag and he pulls out a beautifully crafted lyre. As you look at it, it's one of the finer instruments you've ever seen, Aerith, and you've had a lot of experience. I know that you're partial to a lute, but I thought perhaps a lyre might suit you as well.
gorgeous piece. I'm sure it sounds better than it even looks. I shall have to compose something the next time that we are guests here.
I look forward to it.
And
He answered you.
I take the lion.
Well, as I told your allies, this carriage will take you to Valaki, to the village of Barovia, should you please. Or of course, we open the portcullis if you prefer to walk to a different location.
I just have a few questions. Does this come with a liquor license?
I believe you'll have to check with the new leadership in Valaki.
Okay. What about... Okay, so you don't know any... Okay.
I did not do the groundwork for your business. He turns to start to walk away and then stops. Let's just put our cards on the table, shall we? Is this going to be an ally ship? Or should I worry about your daggers attempting to stab me in the back?
Can I ask you a question before we answer you? Are you killing and eating only bad people, or are you eating innocent people?
I kill and eat only those who deserve it.
What constitutes as deserve?
Those who hurt my people.
Then by your people, do you mean the vampires?
It's a mob mentality.
I mean all I rule over in the Valley of Barovia. This is my domain. But I fear that you are all avoiding the question.
No, I just had a question. But thank you for answering. I really appreciate it.
I believe we can have... Oh, go ahead. Newton.
I have no reason not to call you friend.
Friend. And does Newton speak for all of you?
I believe we can have a beneficial partnership.
Look, if you are the person that you say you are, and with the intentions that you say you have, there should be no reason why anything that we do would upset you, as we're just trying to help people here too.
So if you...
I just don't...
Perhaps you can help me then.
If you continue acting with integrity, then I have no issue here.
Perhaps you all can help me then, and by proxy help the people of Barovia. That man I mentioned before, Rudolf van Richten. I know you, Ezmerelda, believe him to be good, but he's killing in these lands. He's crafty. He always has a cover story. Always a different disguise. If you bring him to me, alive, I promise I will give you a gift from my treasury.
Do you have any idea where he is?
I would start by asking questions around the Vistani camp outside of Valaki.
When you say he's killing, do you mean he's killing villagers, children,
Any Vistani you can find. I believe he's even bewitched locals to do it for him at times.
So sorry, who's he killing? Because I didn't catch that.
Members of the Vistani.
Okay.
Maybe we'll look into it.
I would appreciate it. And he pushes the door closed. I can still see you all through the window. I'm quite glad that we've come to an agreement as friends, or at the least, beneficial partners.
Mm-hmm.
For you know what would happen if you rise up against me.
We would think we were elks in the woods.
You know, I don't think I don't disagree, but also I don't like to threaten my friends and beneficial partners.
Pretty wise.
Strahd walks away.
Okay, bye.
And as he does, the carriage begins to rise into the air. And then it pauses for a moment. You get the sense that you have to declare where you would like to go.
Lucky, everyone.
Hogwarts.
Wow,
Lucky.
you know
You
so
weren't
many
accepted.
different places. um,
And smoothly.
yeah,
Starts coursing through the sky. Go ahead, Havok.
As where it starts to move, I'm trying to situate myself sitting next to Stiki. And I'll just kind of like rest my hand kind of like on his like thigh. I'm just kind of resting there. And then I'll reach into my sleeve. I'll pull out the paper.
Okay.
And I'll open it. And kind of read it.
You uncrumple the paper and you look inside. And the note says, "Not everyone here is an enemy."
I'll crumple it up and I'll hold on to it until we get somewhere more secure.
Eventually, you guys are lowered through the tree line back into the same spot. It's around midnight at this point.
Are we in the woods, or?
Yeah, you're kind of on the very edge of the woods, leading to the more open path that leads up to the Valaki's gates.
Okay.
Did anybody else feel kind of weird that we were just asked to find a vampire hunter and bring him to a horde of vampires? No offense, Ezra.
No, it's obviously fucking bullshit. I agree. He's full of shit that my master would do something like this.
No, yeah, it's definitely uncomfortable is the right word.
Well, it might be good looking into just either way.
Yeah, very clearly he doesn't like this guy. There's a reason, right?
And Ezmerelda, we can help her find her master.
Mhm.
Two
That would be great.
birds.
Maybe we should go find. Maybe we should go to the church. It's probably. I think it might be safe there. We can.
Hey,
Check
apparently,
in with each other.
apparently Arena is safe everywhere now. So,
What do you mean?
well, he says that she has free will, and his bride's got a little handsy.
Yeah, but his other servants might do the same.
Well, I'm just saying, Arena's a cool hang, and she wants to be around.
You
I
just wanna
don't
bring everybody.
trust him.
Oh, not at all.
Havok, can you check all of the gifts?
Maybe not in the rain.
Well, no, but
You guys walking back to Valaki as you're having this conversation.
Yeah, I'm using my shield as like an umbrella.
The carriage
Yeah.
rises, and actually, as you guys begin walking, it stops raining.
Yeah,
I
I
would-
can take a look at everything for sure.
Yeah, I would love to use this lyre and eventually compose a song that details the downfall and painful death of that demon.
I don't understand why everybody think. What am I missing something?
No, I'm kind of on your level, Stiki. Like, I mean, I think, I'm not convinced he is all bad. I'm just not.
I can second that. I think there may be a tiny little bit of good, and Stiki is looking at everybody to see, to gauge what's going on here.
No. Like can recognize like. I'm not good. Neither is he.
Oh, you're not bad.
We've got like a yin and yang thing going on here. I think that's what I'm...
Ezmerelda turns to you, Stiki, says, so you said how, like, Newton's self-acceptance was a thing, and are you going to do something about this one?
I'm trying. I'm working on it. This one's a little difficult.
And with that, you guys arrive at the gates of Valaki. They are closed, but you have a brief conversation with the guard, who also recognizes you as the heroes of the revolution, and they let you in. You begin making your way towards the church, and as you are making your way, not too many people on the street at this time of night, though you do notice far more activity than when the burgomaster was around. Clearly that curfew has been lifted. And you pass by the area where the statue of the burgomaster had been torn down when you left. And you pause for a moment because there's a statue in its place. And you look and a bit confused, think maybe it's the burgomaster, but as you look at the statue, it's unmistakable. It's a statue of Strahd von Zarovich. And that's where we're going to end.
Oh! Huh! No! I don't like it.
We all just leveled up.
What?
Yay!
Yeah.
It was that epic. It was that epic fight we just had, right?
Yeah.
It was a lot. The
Right.
Abbey and then the long conversation.
So we're level 7.
Yes. So let's go ahead and just roll our hit dice now, everyone.
Okay.
Quick reminder: if you roll a 1, you can re-roll. Or did we say that you can re-roll after any first one? I think that's what we said. You can re-roll once if you'd like, or take the average if you roll poorly on the first. But whatever your second one is, you have to take it. So if you roll a 1 on your second roll, then you get +1 to your HP.
A D6, right?
You are taking what level? Are you going Bard or Barbarian?
Going Barbarian. I'm
It's
changing.
D12. That is a D12.
Yeah, I think I'm going to take another level in Fighter.
These chicks don't even know the name of my band. D12.
Quite so.
10!
Huh. 10, nice.
Yes.
Damn.
Okay, Ricky.
5. I'll take that. It's over the average. I'll take it.
I'll do that
Okay.
later. But yeah, 10.
Newton,
There you
yours
go.
is a D8 as well.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out. Okay. This is a D8.
How many times have you rolled? Just once?
Okay. I rolled a 1, so I'm gonna re-roll
Okay,
5.
nice. And remember, you also add your Constitution modifier onto that. So Stiki, we roll once. If you, for you, you'd want to get like a 6 or above. If you get something lower, you can roll again, but you have to take whatever the second one is, or you could instead decide to take the average, which would be 6.
Okay, I rolled a 7, and then we add our Constitution.
Yeah.
11.
Okay, so you had 11 in your health. All right, guys, we are level 7. You just had your first dinner with Strahd, and yeah.
First
Lots of
dinner?
interesting
What do you mean
things
first
happening.
dinner?
Well, the second one, you are on the menu.
I knew it.
We'll see. But from all of us, your character player, to you, thanks for watching. Remember, no guts, no story, and good night.
Night.